Welcome! If you're watching this, you've probably realized that the world doesn't work the way they told you in school. You were told that if you were kind, patient, and self-sacrificing, you'd be rewarded with loyalty and love. But reality hit you differently. You saw the nice guy get ignored, while the man who seems cold or detached gets all the attention. This isn't a mistake, it's human psychology. Today, we are moving beyond dating advice. We are entering the realm of power dynamics. We are combining the strategic ruthlessness of Niccolò Machiavelli with the unbreakable iron will of Stoicism. This is not about manipulation for the sake of evil. It's about self-mastery. By the end of these 50 minutes, the person you were will be dead. The man you will become is a sovereign. Buckle up. This is the only guide you will ever need. Segment 1. The Law of Strategic Absence. Focus, scarcity, economics of value. In the United States, we live in a culture of over-information. Everyone is accessible, everyone is a DM away. And because everyone is available, no one is valuable. Machiavelli wrote in The Prince that a ruler must avoid being common. If the people see you every day, the mystery vanishes, and with it, your authority. In modern psychology, this is the law of scarcity. Think about it. Why is gold more expensive than sand? Because there is less of it. When you double text, when you reply in 0.5 seconds, when you are always the one asking to meet, you are telling the world that your time is worth nothing. You are sand. The psychology of intermittent reinforcement. Scientific studies show that the human brain becomes addicted to things that are not guaranteed. This is why people spend hours on slot machines. If you give 100% attention all the time, the dopamine drop stops. You become boring. The fix. Starting today, your attention is a reward, not a right. You have a mission. You have a gym to hit. You have a business to build. If you aren't busy, get busy. A man who is chasing his dreams doesn't have time to chase a woman. And ironically, that is exactly when they start chasing you. Segment 2. The Enigma Protocol. Focus. Mystery, Zeigarnik Effect. Selective silence. Mystery is the strongest aphrodisiac known to man. But most men today suffer from diarrhea of the mouth. They go on a date and within 30 minutes they've explained their trauma, their salary, and their political views. The Zeigarnik Effect? Our brains are hardwired to remember what is unfinished. If you watch a movie and it cuts to black before the ending, you will think about it for a week. That is what you must be. An unfinished story. Selective silence. In America, we are taught to be extroverts. But the Machiavellian man knows that power resides in silence. When you speak less, your words carry more weight. Don't explain yourself. If you're going out, don't post 20 stories on Instagram. Let people wonder where you are. Let them wonder who you are with. If she asks what you're doing, don't give a 5-paragraph essay. A simple handling business, talk later, is 10 times more powerful than a detailed report. Remember, you are a high-level novel, not a tabloid newspaper. Reveal your layers one by one, over months, not minutes. Segment 3. The Stoic Frame, the Unshakable Rock. Focus, emotional control, resilience, shit testing. In the West, dating is a series of tests. Women subconsciously shit test men to see if they can be controlled by emotions. She might cancel a date at the last minute. She might mention another guy. She might be cold for a day. The beta reaction. You get angry. You ask, what's wrong? You beg for an explanation. You have failed the test. You have shown that she controls your happiness. The Stoic Frame. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." If she cancels? No problem, I've got work to do anyway. Have a good one. If she is cold, you stay cool. When you show that your internal state is independent of her actions, you become dangerous. You become the rock in the middle of her emotional storm. Women don't want a man they can push around. They want a man who is a wall that won't move. Control your emotions, or they will be used to control you. Segment 4. The Boundary Law, Respect over Love. Focus, self-respect, the power of no walking away. Machiavelli famously asked, "Is it better to be loved or feared?" His answer, "Both, but if you must choose to be respected." In modern relationships, men are terrified of losing the girl, so they accept disrespect. They let her be late, they let her talk down to them, they let her cross boundaries. The rule of the floor: every man must have a floor, a line that no one is allowed to cross. If someone crosses it, there must be a consequence. The ultimate consequence is your absence. If you are not willing to walk away from a deal, you are not a negotiator, you are a victim. If she is disrespectful, you don't argue. You simply state, "I don't accept that behavior. Let me know when you're ready to be respectful." And then you go silent. A man who is willing to lose everything for his dignity is a man who will eventually have everything. Segment 5. The Sovereign King, Purpose over all. Focus, final motivation, mission, legacy. Here is the final truth that 99% of men miss. If you make a woman your world, she will leave you for a man who has his own world. You were born for a purpose. You were born to build, to create, to conquer, and to leave a legacy. A woman is a beautiful companion on that journey, but she is not the destination. When you put your mission first, your health, your wealth, your mind, you become magnetic. Why? Because a woman wants to be part of a winning team. She doesn't want to be the coach. She wants to be the queen of a king who is already winning his battles. Conclusion: stop being the nice guy. Start being the good man. A good man is a dangerous man who has his sword under control. Go to the gym, fix your finances, master your mind, stay silent, stay scarce, stay sovereign. If you made it to the end of this 50-minute journey, you are already ahead of the pack. Comment sovereign to lock in this mindset. Subscribe if you're ready to join the top 1%. The world is yours for the taking. Go take it.